What's going on, guys? Welcome back to Comic Island. My name is Joey, and I'm proud to say that I'm bringing something that was lost to the channel back to Comic Island. Now, as you guys may know, we've halted doing our dynamic readings with our regular reviews and recaps, and even a lot of our complete stories because of copyright incidents that happened a few months ago. But that's gonna change. Today, I am bringing it back. There are going to be quite a few differences, though. Of course, we are going to, instead of covering individual issues and maybe a complete story of, say, Secret Empire, we're going to take entire volumes of different comic book stories and compress them down to as much as we can, taking only the important, I guess, plot lines and incredible fight scenes and compressing that. So this time we are going to cover the Uncanny X-Men following Secret Wars 2017, where Magneto leads the team. Now, I think I've rambled on enough, so I want you to sit back, relax, and enjoy the show.
The X-Men have always protected a world that hates and fears them, but as anti-mutant sentiment reaches a fever pitch, the Earth's remaining mutants find themselves not just fighting for peace, but fighting for their lives. The Terrigen Cloud threatens every mutant on Earth. As the situation becomes increasingly dire, the truth becomes evident. Bigger threats require more threatening X-Men. Following the events of Secret Wars 2015, Magneto faces a world where mutant kind faces genocide via the Mpox. He has gathered mutants who will help him on his quest to save his species. Sabretooth, a former villain turned hero after the events of Axis. Psylocke, longtime X-Men member, only here to keep an eye on Magneto. Monet, fellow X-Men whose mission falls in line with Magneto. Archangel, the team's aerial support, mindless killing machine, but is somehow connected to Psylocke. With his Uncanny X-Men formed, Magneto takes the fight for mutant survival to the forefront of this war. After saving mutants from being used as weapons, Magneto's Uncanny X-Men are faced with a new foe. The Dark Riders emerge out of nowhere and are on a mission to kill any mutant with healing abilities. Their next target, Joshua Foley, aka Elixir. Monet and Sabretooth tracks Elixir down to a shelter, but not long after, the Dark Riders arrive to claim another healer life. The two X-Men fought valiantly, but a sniper shot from the villainous leader ends the life of a young X-Man. Another mutant healer has been eliminated. Across the country, Magneto and Psylocke tracks down another powerful healer, Christopher Muse, aka Triage, of Cyclops' new X-Men team. After refusing Magneto's protection, Triage explains that he is done with the X-Men. He finally found his calling, helping those affected by the Mpox poisoning. Shortly after, the Dark Riders arrives, but they are not facing against just any powerful mutant. They find themselves facing against a master of magnetism. Magneto ruthlessly murders one while the other teleports himself and his dead teammates away. Through the scuffle, the Uncanny X-Men discovers that these Dark Riders carry a mix of Inhumans and mutants alike. They worship the Tyrant Apocalypse, and they too believe in natural selection. Healers are a plague that must be expunged, and they will be the one to carry out the calling. Tibet. Shen Zorn meditates in isolation. He was warned by the Uncanny X-Men that there is a threat to mutant healers on the loose. They will come for Zorn. Today, they arrive. Zorn starts off the conversation by offering his guests some tea. The Dark Riders thought they blindsided the powerful healer, but they never faced up against anyone like Shen Zorn. The X-Men proves too much for the Dark Riders, so they teleport away. They should have accepted the tea. Egypt. Sabretooth, Monet, Psylocke, and her weapon, the Archangel, has tracked down the Riders to their bunker. The X-Men engage their foe, but the Riders are always one step ahead. Their teleporter evacuates the team, leaving the X-Men stranded deep inside a crumbling pyramid. Elsewhere, the Dark Riders arrive on Genosha to kill Triage, who is currently under Magneto's protection. Meanwhile, the X-Men team races back home to Genosha to lend aid to their leader. The Riders engage the Master of Magnetism, but he proves to be a worthy foe. Eric cuts down two Riders without drawing a sweat. By this time, the remaining X-Men team arrives to lend aid. The Riders find themselves dead except for their leader. As a final example to the world, Eric blows up Genosha with the last Rider remaining. When asked why, he states that Genosha died a long time ago. But with it going up in flames, anyone who would dare to put mutant lives in danger will have to answer to his faction of the X-Men. The Savage Land's new HQ for the Uncanny X-Men, Psylocke finally breaks through to the drone-like Archangel. In their hallucination, Warren warns them of an impending doom in the city of Green Ridge, Colorado, unless they stop him. With that in mind, Psylocke and Magneto heads towards the city in question. Meanwhile, Monet and Sabretooth arrives in New York seeking a possible threat to mutant kind. Their informant reveals herself to be Callisto, former leader of the Morlocks. She is shocked to see the creature that killed her people in the dozens during the mutant massacre. She will have vengeance. Victor Creed nearly died that day, but Monet intervenes. Creed is reformed, says Monet. The former leader of the Morlocks does not believe a word of it, but she called Monet here, so she will halt her aggression for now. Green Ridge, Colorado. To their surprise, Psylocke and Magneto arrives to find a wingless Archangel preaching to the townspeople. Our heroes follow this Warren lookalike to an underground cave where Clan Aqaba awaits. Genocide, the son of Apocalypse, blindsides our heroes with a concussion blast, leaving them for dead. Hours later, Psylocke wakes up in the darkness. Imprisonment doesn't suit her. She breaks free, frantically searching for her comrade, Magneto. Instead, she finds Phantom X, who reveals that he and Mystique has been under Magneto's employ. Phantom X informs Betsy that she was brought to Colorado for a purpose, to summon the Archangel. After discovering that Genocide is harvesting Warren's wings to create an army of twisted Archangel drones, Psylocke sees no other option. She summons her Archangel of Death. Elsewhere, freed by Mystique, Magneto races off to confront the son of Apocalypse and the imposter Archangel. Arriving on location, the heroes find themselves too late. Genocide has finished harvesting the wing of Warren. His army of Harbingers are finished. They will sow destruction and cover the earth in agony. They only need one more. The real Archangel has arrived. Danger looms ever so closely, so the Master of Magnetism gathers all his rage. He feels the power overwhelming. Once it hits critical mass, Eric reaches out to the villain and rips his metallic flesh in half. Genocide and Clan Aqaba is down, but the real fight is just about to begin. Outside, the Death Flight wreaks havoc, carving its path through the city. Psylocke's connection to Archangel has been severed, without her as an anchor to humanity. He is truly the harbinger of death. Before all is lost, Warren Worthington calls to his cancerous other half. The only way to save the city is to merge and become one. And so it comes to pass. The Archangel and Warren Worthington III are one again. New York. Callisto escorts the two X-Men deep underground, where mutants and humans take shelter against the Terrigen Cloud. The cloud isn't killing them, but something else is. Monet realizes that the Morlocks are under the toxic influence of none other than her own brother, Emplate. In order to survive, Emplate must suck on the bone marrow of other mutants. But with his sister, his hunger will stop. In an effort to save the Morlocks, Monet agrees to absorb her brother's essence, taking away his hunger. But now, Monet will have to live with a voice inside her head, and that hunger never truly goes away.
Alrighty guys, so how do you feel about our new format of doing complete volumes instead of picking up individual issues and complete stories? I want to hear your thoughts in the comments below. And of course, feel free to leave your feedbacks on any volumes that you want us to cover. Of course, as you guys may notice, this is only half of the Uncanny X-Men volume. This covers issue 1 all the way to issue 14. I think we've done it in under 8 minutes. So there will be a part 2 to this video, so stay tuned for that. Anyways, thank you so much for watching, and if you enjoyed this video, please like, subscribe, and I'll see you guys next time in another Comic Island video.